Good evening. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for my Living Her Truth interview series. Definitely let me know your name and where you're tuning in from so I can come back around and say hello to you personally by name. Just waiting for people to pop on. Hey, Liz! Hey, girlfriend! How are you? How's the baby, the husband, and your little son? Hey, thanks for joining me on tonight. Hey, Lene. Hey, sis. Hey. Okay, Candace, I see you. So I am going to. Hey, Sharita. Hey, sis. Hey. Yay.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
We in business.
Yes. And it's clear. I love it. Instagram probably going to work with us tonight. I can dig it.
That's right.
We got a few people on right now, so just want to wait just a couple of minutes to have a couple more people.
Hey, Queen, how y'all doing?
We got Liz, we got Sharita, we got Lene hanging out with us tonight so far. Liz, that's my good girlfriend. If you need a makeup artist, she's the one to go after.
All right, now, Liz.
Yeah, she got some talent.
Nice.
Yeah. So how was your day?
My day was good. My day was pretty full, but it's good. I still have to go to the store. I'm on a detox cleanse.
Okay.
Plenty of vegetables and fruit and, trying to do a little bit better last quarter of the year.
Okay. You know what? So on Sunday, I was at Freebirds when we did our run through, and they have Beyond Meat at Freebirds. Have you heard of Beyond Meat yet?
Nope.
Beyond Meat is a vegan substitute for meat. It's made out of pea protein, and it looks just like ground beef, like literally.
Nice.
Yes.
It's probably like a soy complex. That's cool. How was it? Did you taste it?
I did. It was good.
Nice.
It was good. So, is that Janola? Am I pronouncing your name right? Thank you so much for joining us on tonight. Okay, so I want to respect your time, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, thank you guys for joining me on tonight. I am super excited for my interview on tonight. But for those of you who are seeing me for the very first time, my name is LaKitia, and I'm your sister coach and also the founder of A Sister's Truth. And here at Sister's Truth, we help women to discover, define, and live their truth for manifesting a courageous life without limits. And as your sister coach, it is my job to make sure that you have the tools and encouragement needed to stay true to yourself for a purpose-driven life. And one of the ways, I provide tools for you is by doing this interview series called Living Her Truth, where I bring on a woman, phenomenal woman, that I have met either online or in person, or both. In these cases lately, both, and just give her a platform where she can share her story with you. Because with my clients, my coaching clients, I'm very transparent with my testimony on how I transitioned from victim to survivor of sexual abuse. I'm always sharing my wins and my lesson learned with my clients, because that's how I build a sisterhood with my clients, because we are linked by our common life experiences that makes us sisters. So I share a lot of my journey with my clients to create that sisterly bond so they can feel comfortable enough to share their darkest fears with me. Because if I'm going to help you out, I need to know what you're fearful of. And who better to talk to than your sister? Because, our best friends, the ones that's really close to us, we call them our sisters, right?
Right.
So that's how I build that sisterhood with my clients. So I know that not everybody's, experience is exactly like mine, even though we have common life experiences, which is why I want to bring on other women so they can share their stories, so you can get motivated and inspired to continue walking in your truth, because walking in your greatness takes a daily commitment. We need to commit to it on a daily basis. And I need for you to know that it doesn't matter what you're going through or what you're growing through, that you can overcome it. But how would you know that if nobody's willing to share their story? So I'm going to start with me sharing my story, and I'm going to bring on some of my good friends to share their stories as well. So I am super excited for you guys to meet Candace with Queen Life.
Woo, woo.
And like I always, yes, honey.
Queen
Thank you guys for coming in. Queen Life, that's what we're all about. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining me on tonight that's popping in. So before every interview, before we get started, I always tell you guys how I met the person that I'm interviewing. So it's kind of funny the way I met Candace. I'm telling you, my meeting with Candace was probably like a year in the making, because people have been telling me since I started networking, you know, people have been telling me you need to look at the Queen Life. Do you know Queen Life? Queen Life, Queen Life. Nobody never said her name. They always referenced her as Queen Life. And I would always say, okay, yeah, that sounds like a really good organization. I'm going to look into it. But never just really got around to doing that. And so we ended up, we have a mutual friend, and she was like, you need to hook up with Queen Life. And this was just like recently, like a couple of months ago, Queen Life came back around. And I was just like, okay, yeah, because she told me about the mental health wellness walk, and Candace is going to tell you about that. And I was like, okay, I'll look into it. Again, slipped my mind, didn't get around to it. Then we go to a networking event, and the mutual friend, her name is Nana. She's like, Keisha, Queen Life, Queen Life, Queen Life, Queen Life. And I'm, no. She says, this is her. And I'm like, okay, her who? She was like, Queen Life. And I was like, Queen, we're finally getting a chance to meet.
Right.
I'm like, people have been telling me that I need to meet you. Wow. And so Candace and I, we hooked up, went to brunch, and we just clicked. You don't know it, girl, but you're my sister for life. You stuck with me.
Right. You nowhere. Shout out to my brother, the King MC. He just tuned in. That's my big
Hey, the King MC.
And great people.
Thanks for joining me on tonight.
Yes.
I was just telling everybody how I met Candace, and then I'm super excited to interview her on tonight. So Candace, please jump right in and tell us, about you, about Queen Life, and what you got going on.
Queen Life. Well, good evening, queens and kings. As stated, I'm Candace Strother, founder of Queen Life Inc. The life is spelled L-Y-F-E, and it stands for love yourself first every day. So this is my affirmation to myself, because I'm still striving and learning and loving myself on a daily basis, right? So we're a nonprofit organization founded right here in Houston, Texas, 2014. We focus on financial literacy, health and wellness, and education, have programs that are centered around those three components, and have built a great community of powerful women, as I like to say, queens that really uplift each other. Queen is a lifestyle. It's a state of mind. It's who you are. It's who we were really born. That's our birthright. And a lot of times we are disconnected from that reality, and we have to reconnect, retap into our queendom. So, that was really the whole basis of me wanting to reconnect to who I was, because I lost that for a while. I struggled with self-worth, with self-acceptance, went through a lot of rejection, whether it be jobs, whether it be friends, whatever it was just really affecting me, and those voices, you're not good enough and you can't do it, really played in my mind. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? So so I had to reprogram, and I'm still reprogramming myself to reconnect with my queendom. So Queen Life is a lifestyle. We are a movement. We have about 65 members now, growing, expanding, and I definitely want to share more about that with you all as we continue our conversation.
Absolutely. Y'all see why I love Candace?
I love you, girl, because we are a reflection of each other.
We are a reflection.
Win, I win.
That's right. That's right. When you win, and when you win, I win. Absolutely. I absolutely love what Candace is doing with Queen Life, and we're gonna talk more about, I'm sure, about another project that she's doing that I'm super uber excited about. So I'm not gonna spoil that, but Queen Life as a whole, I absolutely love what it is that she's doing because she's all about loving yourself first. And you guys know my story or how I transitioned from, sexual abuse victim to survivor, but it started with me making the decision to discover who I was and not require for me to fall in love with myself. I had to fall in love with LaKitia. So the fact that, Queen Life is all about loving yourself first and tapping back into your queendom, because for a long time I didn't know I was a queen. In the circumstances that I grew up in, I didn't know I was a queen. So it took me a while to learn that and to know that. So organizations like, Queen Life, I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Want to support it 100% because I know how crucial it is to know.
Can you hear me?
Am I stuck? I can.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, because, I'm all about supporting organizations like Queen Life because I know how crucial it is to know who you are and fall in love with yourself in order for you to live the life that was designed specifically for you. And so I'm all about self-awareness, as you guys know, and there's 3 phases to self-awareness that I coach my clients through. That's discover, define, and live your truth. And on tonight, we're going to focus on the living your truth portion, i.e. living her truth. And to live your truth means to accept all aspects of who you are and present that person to the world. And it takes courage to do that, because when you're presenting the real you to the world, you are literally opening yourself up for judgment. Let's just be real, because people are going to judge you, right? They're going to always have something to say. They're going to always have a comment. So why not just be you? They're going to say something anyway. So why not, just be you? So like I said earlier, walking in our greatness, that takes a daily commitment, so living your truth, it sounds pretty cool and it sounds easy, but it's not, because there are people who battle with just being themselves every single day because they don't know their worth. They don't know their value. They're not in love with themselves. And when I say in love with yourself, I don't mean in an egotistical way, or in a conceited way. I'm just saying, loving yourself in a way where you're not going to put up with the BS and you're not going to let people run over you, and you love yourself enough to do what's best for you. So I'm 100% all about living in your truth. So Candace, tell us your opinion on why you think it's important to live in your truth.
Multiple reasons. I want to say first that trauma will rob you of your identity and allow you to think a distorted image and see a distorted image of yourself.
Yes.
So those of us like you and myself who have been through sexual abuse, who are survivors, our identity, our innocence was stolen. And we have to share our story because it's important that people speak up and they do something about it, whether it's seek help or whatever it is. But to answer your question, you can only be fake and not true to yourself for so long before it slowly kills you.
Yes.
You can only be another person for so long until it's bothering you and you can no longer do it, or you have a breaking point. And I think that was me. I really had a breaking point because for so long I was an overachiever. I was prom queen. I did great in school. I did great on most of my jobs. And I covered up the pain that I held, right? I had a lot of trauma, a lot of childhood trauma, a lot of adversities, awkwardness, socially awkward, didn't fit in, all of that, right? And I still got my little Capricorn only child moment sometimes. But I had to be true to Candace and say, man, there's not another Candace. Like the Most High has blessed me with so much. And it is a disservice for me not to tap into my queendom. I'm the Most High. No matter what your spiritual belief is, you are created by the Most High. So you have to walk in your authority. You have to walk in your inheritance and reclaim what was stolen from you. And I decided to live in my truth. Like this year, I've been the most truth I've ever been to myself. And maybe it's because of therapy, but I've really been sharing a lot of my pain, a lot of my story with people. And that's why I created our youth development program, Project Mona Lisa, because I'm Project Mona Lisa. You know, the Mona Lisa painting is the most valuable piece of art in the world, as far as its worth, its value, right? But it was attempts of vandalism. People try to destroy it. However, it never decreased in its value. And we have to really like look at that concept. Like if this little painting that people think is massive is the most valuable piece of artwork in the world, what does that say about me? And what does that say about what I've gone through in my life that I cannot overcome? I am Project Mona Lisa. So we've taken that concept and we are at Yes Prep Charter School, Southside, and we are talking and allowing that self-love, those self-love modules, that self-worth value in incorporating STEM with a 10-week program for the girls there. So it's been very powerful. It's been probably one of my most rewarding things about life that we've been able to accomplish, and it's growing. So I'm really excited about that. And I have to live my truth with that. I have to be transparent with these young ladies because they know fake. They way better than we are than realizing the real from the fake.
Yeah. You guys, oh my God, Candace has said so much, and I don't want you guys to miss it. So for those of you who catch it on the replay, I'm gonna need you to stop and rewind for a second, because number one, she said was something that's really important. She talked about therapy. Now in our community, African American community, therapy gets a bad rep. You know, if you guys been following me for a while, you know I'm a 100% advocate for therapy, because that therapy was so vital on my healing journey. I probably would not have advanced as fast as I did or be as whole as I am right now if it wasn't for therapy. So please seek help if you need it. Please seek help, and you don't got to tell nobody. First off, you don't have to be ashamed about it. But if you just can't get over the hump, please seek therapy and just don't tell anybody that you're going. But just get the help that you need. Yeah. That's number one. Yeah. And then number two, Project Mona Lisa. You guys, she chose the painting Mona Lisa because this painting they tried to vandalize it, they tried to steal it, and it hasn't decreased in its value. Now, I don't know if you guys have been to Paris, but the painting is probably twice as big as a sheet of paper. But when you see it on TV, it looks massive, but it's not. It's the small, painting, and it has so much value. And it doesn't matter what people have tried to do to it, tried to steal it, or whatever. It has never lost its value. That's what she's saying about this program that she's doing for little girls, because she wants them to know it doesn't matter what you go through. Sexual abuse, physical abuse, being bullied. It doesn't matter. Growing up in the hood, your daddy is a drug addict, your mama, it doesn't matter. That's never going to diminish who you are and the value that's placed on your life. And that goes for you too. I want you to know that as well. So please let that sink into your head, because when she told me that, she would knock me over with a feather, because I just thought that was just the most genius thing that I've ever heard. And
that queen life,
I truly wish.
We all have that. We all have creative ideas. Yes. And I don't want to cut you off, but one thing I noticed with a lot of us, we get inspired, and sometimes we take ideas and make them our own, but it's important to tap into your creativity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to create another queen life. You don't have to create another a sister's truth. Help those movements. Living in this city, we have so many different organizations and groups, but we really need to collaborate, just like we're doing. We're sharing resources, knowledge. It's power. We don't have to recreate the wheels all the time. Like, oh, she got queen life. I'm about to get me a queen life. Queen's Life. No, you can help this life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tap into your power.
Right. Tap into your power.
And he said, right. You feel me?
Oh, I'm missing the comments. Yes.
Shout out to everybody who's listening and joined in. I hope they get to check out the replay when we're done. We dropped some jewels.
Yes. Candace, she's preaching, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. So Candace, when life happens, because it does, I'm an advocate on self-care every day, not just a couple times a week, because I know people like to go get their weekly massage. No, ma'am. Self-care every day. And for me, self-care is the physical, the mental, and the spiritual.
Yes.
So how do you bounce back when life happens so you can, keep that queendom mindset?
Oh, well, life definitely happens. So I have to use some grounding techniques that I, again, picked up in therapy. Shout out to my therapist. I have to really just meditate, pray, go through those techniques that are tools. Again, the tools that I'm learning, I'm paying out of pocket, so I might as well use the tools through therapy, because things happen, and especially being an entrepreneur of a startup nonprofit, like, who was that crazy to do that? Me.
And I'm just thankful you was crazy enough to do it.
Hey, if I gotta be the sacrifice for some things, moving forward, then that's what's
right.
So yeah, like life happens every day, and I have to figure out a way to react to it. That's key.
Yeah. In one of the my previous interviews, I forget who said it, but I think it was Leah. That was the second interview in August. But she said she allows herself to feel whatever it is that she's going through at the moment. She allows herself to feel it so she can, get past those emotions. And a lot of us, we try to bury it and pretend like we don't feel a certain way. And I'm like, no, let it out, feel it. If you need to cry for a second, cry. If you need to scream, scream. Like,
if you need a nap, go take a nap.
Go take a nap.
Because you rise from that nap, you're just so much more productive, So anything you feel, you really do have to feel it, because when you suppress it, it shows up one way or another, whether it's years later, whether it's through anger, whatever it is, it's going to show up. So you might as well try to deal with it, whether it's writing it out, whether it's talking to somebody, whatever is therapeutic for you, taking a walk. We created the mental wellness walk right after Hurricane Harvey, just because I was super depressed. Like, my family lost everything. I was fine.
Oh, wow.
But, my family in the Port Arthur, Beaumont area, they lost everything. So it was just like so much depression and just picking up the pieces from the hurricane that I experienced. And I needed an outlet. This was before I started going to therapy. And so I started walking at Herman Park. And I felt like that was really beneficial, to be around nature, to just connect, to take deep breaths, to be intentional about my wellness. So I incorporated that into Queen Life. So we have a monthly walk, the mental wellness walk, and we also have a therapist or a mental health professional that joins us on this walk, so she can talk to the ladies and build connections. We build community, free walks every third Saturday at 8 a.m. So hopefully you can join us, and our listeners can join us as well for the next one on the 20th of this month. It's the last one for the season.
What time?
8 a.m. Herman Park.
8 a.m. Should they meet you at some specific place at Herman Park?
Yeah,
it's pretty big.
So you want to meet at Lot C, which is on Herman Drive in Crawford Street. There's a parking lot which is near the bicycles that you can rent, and we normally meet right over there in that area. We debrief for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we go on our trek. It's a 2.5-mile walk. But it's a great release. It's a moment of self-care. We really focus on intentional self-care.
I love that. Community is so important because a lot of us suffer in silence, and I don't want us to do that, because I understand not everybody has a strong support system. Some of you probably don't have family members that you can go and lean upon. Some of you may not have that best friend that you can call upon, like my best friend that just joined us a few minutes ago. Maybe you don't have that, but it's 2018, you guys. Link up with other women, like-minded women, like at this mental wellness walk that Candace is doing on October 20th. Just show up, because just being in the presence of other women who are a level above you, it just does something. Like that immediately will pull you up. That will automatically pull you up and make you feel a little bit better. Just to be around somebody else who's, at the place where you want to be, or at that same level, striving to go to the next place.
And
because
they need your energy. They really may. We all, to me, are on the same level, but sometimes we have flows of life. So we balance off of each other's energy. And that's what this moment is about.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. So, I know some people try to demonize social media, but you can, I've met some great friends across social media. You guys been watching the interviews lately, connect. My point is to connect with somebody. Don't suffer in silence. Don't be alone, because there are sisters out here who's where you want to be and who will support you. Sometimes you just need to step out of the box to get the support that we need. So, Candace, you called yourself a little crazy for starting a nonprofit early and becoming an entrepreneur, but just talk to us about how difficult was it to start Queen Life.
So the funny thing is, it's very easy to start a business. You file your paperwork, you get your 501c3. However, the hard part is sustainability, because you have to figure out, how does this business sustain itself without me and my mama and my friends sponsoring everything, right?
Right. Oh my God. What you gonna do when you tap out your family's resources?
My family's like, listen now, you gotta figure something out.
I love it. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
So yeah, I had to be creative. Like we have events. Some are free, but some do have a ticket price. Like we have our self-defense class coming up for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. That's going to be the 27th of this month. And actually a portion of the proceeds are going to a nonprofit that helps domestic violence survivors. So if you're on the Queen Life page, check out Fight for Life. We hope that you come. If you can't come, sponsor a woman. But so into each other's businesses, we have to support each other. We have to quit saying, oh, I can't afford this. And, pick some of the things that you really care about, that are really near to your heart, that you feel are intentional, and support. We all need support. We have a membership with Queen Life, and it's really just a more exclusive level of connection. There, the members are actually able to mentor through Project Mona Lisa. They, of course, get discounts from our events, but it's just a community that we're building, and it helps sustain Queen Life.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because, I'm transparent. I became really intentional about supporting the African American community when it comes to businesses after I started A Sister's Truth, because let me tell you something, the struggle is real. When you have your own business, you understand that struggle is real. So I'm very intentional now with supporting other Black businesses. Like, for instance, I support Candace with Queen Life, and who I bank with A Sister's Truth. It's the Black bank, so I'm just trying, trying to do my part. And like she said, find a organization that, that you agree with, and just support. A little bit goes a long way.
A little bit
goes a long way.
Because we made a little bit stretch, with creating Project Mona Lisa and covering the materials for the girls. We work with a small budget, but when people support or sponsor a girl, Like that can just help so much.
Well, tell us how they can sponsor a little girl now?
Absolutely. So we have 15 girls in the program, and we still need sponsorship of $100 for about 5 of them. And that covers all of their materials, their painting materials, because they're painting their own self-portrait, their STEM materials, their reflection logs, and just if we have any snacks or anything like that to provide to them. So what you can do is via Zelle, it's Candace@queenlyfe.org. We have Cash App, Queen Life Inc., PayPal, info@queenlyfe.org. Make a donation of any amount. It doesn't have to be a full sponsorship. Of course, we greatly appreciate that. It can be more if you're able, but anything helps, towards us really. No, I'm sorry, $100 per girl. So $100 will cover one girl, right? So we're looking forward to cover all 15. Right now, the program's already in progress and we're making it work, but we still are going to need some additional materials within the week or so. So $100 per girl. We still need 5 young ladies sponsored, and we really appreciate your help, or any amount. I can't reiterate the importance of any amount helps. And on my page, you can go to the link, and it's how to give. It goes directly to PayPal. So just if you can consider sponsoring and sowing a seed, just know that it's on fertile ground.
Yeah, it's on fertile ground. And the project just started like a couple of weeks ago. So, and Candace still has several weeks to go. So, yeah, so whatever you guys can do, that will be great. And like she said, of course, the full amount of $100 will be great, but any amount, because isn't that how we got Obama in the office? Like, he raised money with his campaign because people were sitting there in like $5 and $10 checks.
Yeah.
And all those checks, equaled up, added up, and we was able to get him in office. So any amount helps, even though the full amount, will be great, because she still has several weeks to go. And please, before I get back to the questions, please pray for Queen Life and Project Mona Lisa, because my girl, she's trying to expand that thing into a couple more schools. So please add her to your prayer list, because I know I got some prayer warriors that's watching us right now too. So I want to
thank you.
Yeah, I want to put that out there. So Candace, tell us a piece of advice, whether it was positive or negative, that somebody has given you that kind of shaped your perspective and what you're doing today.
Oh, woof. It's a lot of things that people have said. I'll start with the positive. Well, I'll keep it.
Okay.
I am the agent of change for my family. So that means that there's been a lot of trauma. There's been a lot that's happened. My grandmothers, probably before them, that was never dealt with. And I am the one speaking out for them, because we have to break cycles of abuse. We have to break all abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse. I speak very candidly about that, because it's something that has definitely affected my family. And my goal is to change that narrative. I definitely do not want anybody after me, or even now, dealing with some of the things that I've had to deal with. Exactly, breaking those curses, breaking those chains. I want to say chains because they keep you in bondage. And it's important that we have the conversations and we really deal with it.
I agree. I was an agent of change in my family too. My husband, calls me the black sheep of the family. But I'm like, you know what? At one point that was true, but now I don't think that's true anymore, because I've been able to do so much that I've been an example, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I've been an example that, cousins behind me, brothers behind me have, went and got educations, bachelor's degrees and master's degrees, and they're doing their thing because they was able to see somebody, as an example, who has come from what they come from, do something different. Make it, if you will, because half the time we're in these situations, we just need to see somebody doing what it is that we want to do. I was telling my husband not too long ago, that I have so many ideas in my head that sometimes, yeah, me too. Sometimes I don't think it's possible, but then I run across somebody who's doing it, and I'm like, okay, so I'm not crazy. So this can actually happen, because we all, have that moment of doubt, and sometimes we just need to see an example, and sometimes that's all somebody needs to do.
True. To see an example, and sometimes you're the mentor of yourself. I know
Yeah.
I was looking for a mentor for the longest, and it was nobody really consistent. And I had to become my own mentor, and I'm still in my own mentor and trying a lot of things out. But we are that person that we've been seeking.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So how do you find balance between, life and queen life? How do you find your balance?
I don't buy any clothes.
Or harmony, if you will. I don't like to use the word balance. Harmony.
Are we there?
Okay, you're back. You're back.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, you sound really low, but if you can hear me, I'll continue. I love to travel. I don't spend a lot of money on clothes, but I'll save my money and go out of town. And I'll be intentional about my trip planning, because I just love to see the beauty of the world. It gives me a lot of peace. And I try to do something like maybe definitely at least every couple months go somewhere. So that brings me a lot of grounding to balance. And I'm able to think and reflect and have gratitude and just count my blessings,
I love that. I love to travel. I love to travel as well. It's so humbling to go somewhere else, over the pond somewhere, and see how they live. Because
Yes.
it would definitely put you in perspective real quick, and it'll make you realize that, yeah, I need to be a little bit more grateful.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to downplay anybody's problems, because your problems are your problems, but there's always somebody who got it worse off than you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Things could be better, but they could sure enough be worse. So we just have to
Woo,
walk
they
in
can
gratitude.
show be worse. Oh my God, they can show be worse. Absolutely, you guys, you got to forgive me. We got a puppy, and these mosquitoes been tearing me up. I just been scratching. I don't have the heebie-jeebies. These are mosquito bites. So, Candace, what are some myths that you can dispel for us as it relates to starting your own business, or as it relates to having a queendom mindset, whichever one you want to tackle?
I would say with the whole mission of Queen Life is really uniting women through the power of self-love and really reconnecting to ourselves. Is a myth is women of color don't get along. And that's not even the case, because again, I feel like, and what I incorporate is, we are a reflection of each other. And it's not, oh man, she got this. Like, it's not about comparison. It's about learning and sharing and growing with each other and using each other as resources in certain areas. It's not about using you, but if you can offer some things that may help me, whether it be spiritually, whatever the case, I definitely want that. And I want to return. I want to be able to reciprocate that to you too. So with the fact that women don't get along, we totally get along. We can get along, and we should get along, especially now. Other myths is nonprofits. There's a lot of different nonprofits. They don't last. Well, I want to break that belief, because Queen Life is here for the long run. It's beyond me. It's beyond Candace. So I'm already looking at people to carry the torch after my time is up with Queen Life. And that's how you have to think about your business. Who can I groom or guide, and they can do some of the things that I'm doing? They could become the next CEO of this organization, because it's not Candace's Queen Life, it's Queen Life. This was a vision given to me from the Most High.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Man, both points were amazing. I run across, women sometimes they say they don't get along with other women. That kind of like throws me off. And people look at me crazy when I tell them I have 4 best friends, because I do.
Yeah.
Because we really can get along.
We
and
can.
we can. And the people that I come in contact with, they're drawn to me because I'm so down to earth and I'm willing to help anybody. I'm willing to help anybody. And that's just coming from a place of knowing how it feels to not have anybody to lend a hand and to help you out. So I know how it feels.
Yes.
So if I can help you out, I will. And why not? Because all that's doing is stacking up my blessings. I'm planting seeds, so we're all here for a purpose and a reason. And that's to be of service to someone else. So why not do that? I'm not saying do it to the point where you're depriving yourself or you being taken advantage of. There's definitely balance there. But help another sister out. Talk to a sister, because I was that girl. I ain't gonna lie. I was that girl where I didn't smile. Like, you look at me and people would smile and I would look at them like they're damn crazy. But that's because I was hurt and I was broken at the time. And I needed to heal. Now that I'm healed and I know my worth, I know my value, I help anybody out and smile and laugh and giggle and be silly, because we can get along. And also with the business aspect of the myth, I'm learning that because, AST, we're still new in this game. And I'm learning that there's a difference between being an entrepreneur and having a CEO mindset.
Yeah.
Because I want AST to be generational. We don't have kids yet. Hopefully, prayerfully, we'll be blessed with kids. But if not, I want to pass this down to my nieces.
Yep.
Or my nephews.
Exactly.
I want to keep this in the family. So, yeah, I have that same mindset of how AST is going to expand beyond me, because this is bigger than me, because like you, I feel like AST was a divine download.
Yes. I love that, divine download. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, it was a divine download. So, I had to, work on it and make it work. I have to. It's my calling. It's my purpose. Yes. And when I'm right in the middle of AST, that's when I'm my happiest. That's how I know that I'm doing the right thing, because I'm happy. Is it easy?
That's how I feel.
No, it's not easy. But
and sometimes you're in the trenches.
I want to do it.
Yeah, you're in the trenches and you're like, gosh, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? But then that one thing will happen that makes it all make sense.
Every time. But you gotta keep going. So again, you talked about Queen Life, being bigger than Candace. So tell us, how do you create authentically to make sure that Queen Life is going to go the long haul?
I'm a visionary. I love ideas. I love creativity. My background is marketing. So I spend some time in meditation thinking about what can I do differently? What's next? So that's why we have different events. We have different touch points for our members, different activities of connection. We have the financial literacy piece, that's life class, LYFE class, and that's focusing on walking the path to financial success. So it's just been like really different ideas that I've been able to come up with through meditation, through prayer, through journaling.
Meditation is, if you haven't tried meditation, please try it and read Russell Simmons' book. It's on Audible too, if you're an Audible fan, because I'm an Audible fan. But that book really helped me to at least get the basics down with meditation. And I liked his book because meditation, even if you could just do it for 10 minutes, do it for 10 minutes. And you don't have to do it right every time or do it right the first time. Even if you're just sitting there quiet for 10 minutes with your eyes closed and your mind is still racing, let it race, because it's all about just calming the thoughts down to get to a place where you are sitting in silence so you can really, think and the ideas can flow through. Because I have come up with some amazing ideas after meditation. I have gained some clarity on some things, just after meditating, just sitting down, being still.
Yeah, stillness.
Being quiet.
Ooh.
Stillness is so important.
It's
And you
vital.
can do it. Yes, and you can do it anywhere, any time of the day. I like to do it in the morning, like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, because I'm kind of weird like that. But even if you do it on your lunch break,
Yeah.
take 5 minutes out your day. Audible also has, well, I don't think it's available now, but they had a meditation series where I went through it because it was free. And he had you walking and meditating. So you don't even have to like sit in one spot with your eyes closed. But even if you just taking a walk, like you talked earlier, and just really be present in the moment and see what's going on around you and take it all in, the colors, the sounds, and everything, and just be
Yes.
present
Be
in the
present.
moment to help calm your thoughts down as well. So I'm a huge fan of meditation,
Me too.
as well.
For
I'm a
sure.
huge fan. So definitely try it out, you guys. So Candace, I know you talked about a lot of activities that Queen Life has going on, but please run through them again for those who popped on a little late. Tell us what's
Absolutely.
next for Queen Life.
So Project Mona Lisa is a 10-week program. And again, it's really exclusive for our members to volunteer. So join the membership if you're interested in volunteering. It's every Thursday from 10 o'clock to about 12 o'clock. We're there with the Yes Prep young ladies. We're educating them. We're doing different modules. I think it's important that they see us more. They see women of all cultures working and there to mentor and share with them. So that's Project Mona Lisa is going to be going on until November 15th. We also have the Mental Wellness Walk, which is on October 20th, Saturday at 8 a.m. Make sure you're there. You meet us at Herman Park, parking lot C. 8 a.m. sharp, y'all, because we actually start the walk at 8:15, but we do some introductions and meditations before our walk. And it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we have created Fight for Life. That is our self-defense class, which is going to be on Saturday, October 27th from 10 to 12:30. We're learning so many different techniques and really being able to share and raise funds for domestic violence awareness and prevention. So if you can't come, please consider sponsoring a woman. There's women who would love to attend. There's women at the Star of Hope that I want to extend the invitation to. So buy a ticket and sponsorship for them. So stay tuned. Make sure you connect to queenlyfe, lyfe.org, so you can be on our blast list and get all of our updated events.
Let me put that in the comments real quick. queenlyfe.org. So you guys go to queenlyfe.org to get more information on all the events that Candace just talked about. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. I'm sorry, I'm not neglecting you guys. I just got so caught up in the conversation. Lene says, okay, I can hear both of you well. Thank you so much. Lene says, yes, you are a sweetheart. Aw, thank you so much, sis. I love that book. That's how I learned about meditation. Yes, I love that book too, and I listened to it several times. Success Through Stillness. Absolutely. Absolutely. Success Through Stillness. Candace, what book would you recommend? Do you have any favorite books that you can recommend to us?
Oh, wow. I have several, but one that really sticks out and allowed me to live in my truth was Yesterday I Cried by Ayanna Vanzant. And it's an older book, probably.
Oh, let me write that down.
But she's sharing her story, and her story is so similar in a lot of ways, not exactly to mine. I was on a plane probably about 10 years ago reading this book and just cried the whole plane ride. You know, when your neighbor says it's going to be okay, it's like, you really were in pain. But Yesterday I Cried is a great book, and it's one that can bring out an awareness for healing.
I like the fact that the lady, what did she tell you on the plane?
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be
It's
all
gonna
right.
be okay.
She comforted me. It was really sweet of her because she didn't know me, you know, but she saw my sadness.
Yeah,
And
yeah. And and I wanted to piggyback on that because that's support. If you see somebody and they just don't look, say a word to them. Because I don't know about you guys, because sometimes I just get this urge. I feel like the spirit is telling me, go give her a hug. And at first I wouldn't do it, but now I do it because sometimes you just never know what somebody is going through.
True.
If God is going to use you, if you're telling God to use you, I'm going to need you to make a move.
That's right.
Right? Even if it's, something just smiling or, hey, sis, I like your dress today, because you never know what someone is going through.
That's so true.
You just never know.
Your words,
and that's a form of support.
So you have to be careful what you say to people because it could really affect them. And it's important that we're careful of what we take in as well.
Absolutely. Lene says she's going to support you, sis. I love it.
See, I don't know. My comments are not coming up, so I apologize. I'm not ignoring anybody. It's just maybe because my battery. But thank you so much for your support. It means everything to me.
Yeah.
Life movement. Again, thank you. This gratitude to you.
Absolutely. So any final words before we get off here, Candace? I really enjoyed you tonight.
I enjoyed you guys. Like, this was beautiful energy. Thank you for the opportunity, sis.
Absolutely.
I support you. I appreciate you. Thank you, because you're going to be my next speaker for Project Mona Lisa. We're sharing our truths with the young of our past abuse. So it's going to be very important, very important module for them. But I just want to say, trust your dopeness. Trust yourself. You are one dope queen. Like, it don't matter what people think or say. It matters what you think or say about yourself.
Yes. Oh, are you there? You still there?
Yeah. Can you see me? I see you.
Oh, okay. We couldn't hear you.
Oh,
we couldn't hear you.
Oh, so I said it doesn't matter what people say. It matters what you say and think about yourself.
That's right. Absolutely. And you guys know I always tell you that you are enough and your truth is beautiful, because you need to know that you are enough as you are, the way you are right now. God didn't make no mistake when he made you. He took his time. As a matter of fact, when he was making you, he was already done with me. He wasn't thinking about me. He was like, you know what? I'm going to focus on Lene right now. So you are not a mistake. You are enough. So trust your dopeness. Like my queen said, trust your dopeness and know that you are beautiful. Candace, you are amazing.
Me? Hello?
Okay, we can hear you now. Can you hear me? Okay, we can hear you now. Can you hear me? Oh no, did she freeze up? Did she freeze up? Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No. Can you hear me now?
Okay, there you
go. Can
go.
you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna stay right here.
Look, we almost there, Instagram. Hold on.
We almost there. This is the first interview where we went through the whole, the second one that we went through the whole interview with no problems. So, whew. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, Instagram. So, thank you so much, Candace. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day, your busy week, to just sit down and just pour into my community, because I know you helped somebody on today for sure. I know you did.
I hope so. You guys, it helped me too. Anytime that we can share our truth, it's healing for us.
Yeah.
So just the opportunity for sure. I thank all the people that tuned in the whole time, even if you tuned in for like 10. Thank you for supporting and listening and sharing about both of our movements, a sister's truth, about life, follow us both, support anything that you can, or share the word. If you can't support it, spread the word, share flyers. Like, we got to get back to that.
Yeah, we do. And you can start by like sharing this broadcast, share it out. And I know you can because somebody has shared a live with me a couple of times. So I know you can share. Go over to Queen Life here on Instagram and follow my girl. Check her out. Go to queenlyfe.org and check out what she got going on, and keep us in your prayers too, guys, because prayer is key.
Thank you.
Prayer is key. So thank you so much, Candace. I am going to see and talk to you later this week, girl.
And we have a date on Thursday with some young queens change their lives.
And I'm excited about it.
I'll see you Thursday. Thank you again.
See you Thursday. Bye, guys.